Hello. On today's show,
we're going to tell you about Kenwood's new flip out. That's right, flip out KVT 7012 BT. So stay tuned. Okay, so just when you thought you'd never see another new flip out, Kenwood's back in the game.
Wow.
I know, this is a pretty neat one too, so let's get it out of the box and show you all the cool stuff that it's got. I know, right? Alright, so first things first, we have a really thick owner's manual.
Okay, so tenemos el manual de instrucciones.
We have the Bluetooth microphone.
El micrófono.
We have an excessively large trim ring.
El trim de la carátula.
Power plug and the brake bypass extension wire.
Okay, el cable de corriente y el cable del parking brake.
And then a random bag of screws and small parts.
Y tornillos.
Yeah, whatever you just said sounds about right.
Tornillos.
Alright. Let's take a look at the back of this thing and see what she's got that makes her so special, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, so to start with,
Tell me.
we have over here, right down here in this little tiny chasm here, is the HDMI input.
Okay, so en la parte de abajo tenemos el HDMI.
That's right, this has an HDMI input, which we'll get to later. It has one wired USB.
So tenemos un cable del USB.
And just so, for example, let's go ahead. So when you guys ask, that's how long it is. That's it. That's all you get. Okay, and it doesn't unplug, so that's what you get. Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Moving forward, we got a whole bunch of wires, as you can see here. We'll pick out some. Get down here. We have two wires hanging off. This one here is the reverse. It's a purple-white. This one here is the brake wire. Okay. The brake wire does need to be hooked up to access a lot of features in the menu, so hook it up to something.
Ok, so recuerden que el cable morado es para el cable de reversa y el cable verde es para el parking brake.
Okay, so get through the rest of this octopus here. So it has front, rear, and a single sub output, so it's 5-channel, 4-volt preamp output.
Ok, so tenemos 5 salidas de RCA de 4 voltios.
Yeah, it also has a 50-watt by 4 amplifier built into it.
So tiene 50 watts por 4.
It has the microphone input.
La entrada del micrófono.
It has an AV input, all 3, yellow, red, white.
Entradas de video y audio.
It has an AV output, yellow, red, white.
Ok, so tenemos salidas de video y audio.
And then it also has the rear camera input.
Tenemos la entrada de la cámara para la reversa.
And an auxiliary, also called AV2 input. This is for an 1/8 inch.
Ok, so también tenemos la entrada del auxiliar.
And then down here is where the power plug goes.
Ok.
And then over here is where your Sirius XM and tuner is going to plug in.
Y tenemos la entrada del Sirius XM.
And then your FM is right here.
El cable de la antena, por supuesto.
Alright.
Awesome.
What's the back of this bad boy? A lot of people ask, where does the auxiliary plug in? Where does the USB plug in? Because they're not on the front anymore. Well, that was the questions. This is the aux. This is USB.
This is the USB.
They're on the back. Alright, well, we're going to turn this thing around, power it up, and show you what it looks like from the front.
Woo.
So we've got it turned around. We've got it powered up. It's
Yep.
like we said earlier, it's a motorized screen.
Yes.
So we're going to come over here and we're going to hit the open button, which is right here. A couple other buttons that you have on the front of this thing is you have a volume knob right here. Okay, you have track back and forth. You have voice, telephone answer, menu, source, as well if you press and hold, it's AV out. You have eject, and you have open. So the unit will still play if it's in the dash and it's closed. You still have control, you know, if you have it, you can figure it out. You can still do all that. So we'll open this bad boy up. Now, what you're going to get is a 7-inch motorized, as we just demoed, VGA backlit LCD touchscreen with blue buttons.
Ok, so recuerden que tenemos una pantalla de 7 pulgadas motorizada, obviamente con botones azules.
Now, when you first power it up, you're going to get to the home screen right here, and it's going to ask you a couple questions, like language. So if you hit this, all right, come on. You get to choose. There's 18 different languages.
So este tiene 18 lenguajes que tú puedes escoger.
This is the back button. Now there is also a clear scratch proof, this little guy right here, on the screen when you get it. So if you notice we have to touch it a couple times, that's just because there is a piece of plastic on it that we're not removing. You can also turn on and off the rear view camera and adjust the angle. And we'll get to all that, how to do it back door in a minute. So we'll hit finish. It's going to bring up your main menu. Alright, so now that we're on the main menu, there's a couple things we want to take a look at. For one, you can adjust all these icons.
Okay.
It's got a full EQ in it.
Okay.
It's got multiple sources, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom through and touch on all those. And then we're going to have a bunch of extra videos that are going to show you more in depth. We're going to try something a little new. Okay. I mean, we do a lot of in-depth videos, but we're going to try to speed these along. So they're not a half hour. Okay, so first things first.
Yes.
Let's go into the setup.
Okay.
All right. Oh, first things first. Let's put it on a source. So hit all sources. We'll put it on the tuner. Okay. And we'll go back to menu. Oh, no. Well, I'm killing it here. Menu. We'll hit setup. All right. So the first things first is audio. So you have balance and fader, equalizer. It's got a 5-band, like I said, and you have presets over here. All right. Now it has source tone memory, so what that means is you can have a different source for every, or different EQ setting for every source. All right, we'll go back. You have loudness on and off, volume offset. Volume offset is so if you're listening to switching between sources and the volumes aren't all equal, you can use the volume offset to adjust that so that they are. You have subwoofer level control. You have bass boost. Car settings. This allows you to tell it what type of car you're putting it in. Speaker select. This allows you to tell it what size speaker you're putting it in, where you're sitting in the car. And if you don't like any of it, let's go back one. If you want to shut it all off, DSP select, bypass, or through. If you put it on bypass, that'll shut down the whole EQ that's in this. So you can have a straight, no EQ, no nothing output. And then over here you have drive EQ on and off. Alright, go ahead.
Ok, so obviamente recuerden que tenemos el bass boost, el car setting, que en realidad esto quiere decir para qué tipo de carro lo vas a poner. Tiene el que se llama speaker settings, que en realidad sirve para qué tipo de bocina tú pones. Tiene su ecualizador. Tiene el subwoofer control, el volumen offset, que es en realidad por si tú quieres ajustar cada tipo de volumen del radio o el USB o el auxiliar. Te ayuda a hacer todo eso.
You good? Alright, so we'll get out of all of this. We'll go back to the main menu. Alright, so the next thing that's going to pop up is display. Alright, so from display you have your choice of dimmer. You have 3 choices on dimmer. You have auto, you have on, you have off. So you can bypass the dimmer altogether or just leave it on auto. Auto will turn on and off if the orange-white wire is powered up. User customize, enter. This allows you to switch the image.
You can add an image.
You can add an image. Alright, we'll come in here. On-screen clock display, scroll, menu customize. So, come in here. This allows you to decide what you want to be, so you can customize your menu. Alright. You get the idea. We'll get out of that. And then we'll come down here. Then you also have angle. What this allows you to do is adjust the angle of the screen. You have 6 positions. Alright. And then you can turn it to auto open and close on and off. If auto open and close is on, what that'll allow it to do is every time you turn off the key, it'll close. Cool. You want to say something?
Ok. Solamente, recuerden que en realidad tienes el user, que tú puedes customizar cualquier tipo de imagen que tú quieras en tu radio. Puedes agregar y customizar el tipo de radio, disco o teléfono que tú puedas utilizar. Tú lo puedes personalizar.
Okay, sorry about that. Got a little ahead of myself. You got the angles? They know about the angles? You want to tell them about the angles?
No,
tell them about the
okay.
angles.
So recuerden que tiene cinco diferentes tipos de ángulo. Y tú puedes ahora sí que agregar el que tú quieras. El auto open and close, si tú lo pones en on, obviamente cuando tú prendas el carro o lo apagues, se va a meter la pantalla o salir la pantalla.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Alright, my bad. I got excited. Alright, this is another feature that this guy has is parking guidelines. And then parking guidelines setup. These are those cool little backup lines that when you put it in reverse, when you have a backup camera, will show up on the screen to show you where you're at. You can have them on and off. And then, of course, you can go in and set them up.
Ooh,
go ahead and tell
Ok,
everybody.
so recuerden que tiene las líneas para que tú te parquees. Tú puedes ahora sí que, como estás viendo, tú puedes ajustarlas a todo tipo de parking que tú veas o que donde tú estés. La puedes prender y apagar. Obviamente si tú tienes una cámara de reversa.
Alright. Okay, so that pretty much covers your display settings. We'll go over here to inputs. Basically, the only input you have to turn on and off is the rear view camera.
Ok, so el único input que tenemos para prender y apagar sería la cámara de reversa.
Alright, this is if you wanted to change the language and you forgot. You have language. You can also go in and enter and change your clock.
Ok, so puedes ajustar el reloj y el tipo de lenguaje.
You can also set it up to synchronize. That way it'll do it on its own. It'll just grab it off of a radio station.
Y el sincronizador es para que lo haga automáticamente.
And this is where you're going to set up all your iPods, apps, Bluetooth setup. Everything has, you can turn the beep on and off. Thank God. You can adjust your AV output. Move down here. System information. This is where it's going to tell you the version number that it's on and updates, because these guys love to do updates, and I don't mean Kenwood, I mean all of them. Right?
Okay.
It's all about the updates. Okay, so that's pretty much the back door, the back end, all the little features it's got inside. Now let's talk about sources that this thing will do real quick. It's an AM/FM CD player.
Okay.
It has... it'll also do DVDs.
DVDs.
Yes, get excited.
Okay.
It will do iHeartRadio and Pandora. Now, depending on what phone you have, that's going to dictate how it's done. If you have an iPhone, it's over USB. If you have an Android phone, you can do it over Bluetooth.
So recuerden que en realidad el Pandora, si tienes un iPhone, lo tienes que conectar en el USB. Pero si tienes un Android, lo puedes hacer vía Bluetooth.
Okay, it also do Sirius XM like we talked about. It has the port, so you got to go buy one of those. Okay. And it'll do Bluetooth streaming music.
So recuerden que también hace música inalámbrica.
Now, with that being said, since we're talking about Bluetooth streaming music, one more thing that it's got, of course, is Bluetooth hands-free calling. It's like we said, it comes with a microphone. And it's got Bluetooth voice control as well as Sirius free. So voice control will be for the Android guys. Sirius free will be for the iPhone guys.
Ok, so tiene control de voz para cualquier de los teléfonos, Android o iPhone. Y en realidad para las llamadas.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. One other thing before you ask, people are going to... I just want to show this, and then we're going to wrap this bad boy up. If you'll notice, this is how it's going to look in your dash. It sticks out that far.
2 inches.
It's pretty exciting. Anyways, Alright, that's about it for this piece. Like I said, we're going to have a whole bunch of other videos just talking about features. We just wanted to get this one out. Cool. Thanks for watching, as usual. Where can they find us?
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And if you have a question about it, please feel free to add them in the comments, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to have more videos on this piece, so stay tuned for those. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Gracias.